Challah recipe by Jasmine Weinstein. The scientific component in my challah is yeast. Now, what exactly is yeast? Yeast is a tiny plant-like microorganism that exists all around us, such as in soil, on plants, and even in the air. It has existed for so long that it is now referred to as the oldest plant cultivated by man. Now, how does yeast work? Yeast works by serving as one of the leavening agents in the process of fermentation, which is essential in the making of bread. The purpose of any leavener, not just yeast, is to produce gas that makes bread rise. Yeast does this by feeding on the sugars in flour and expelling carbon dioxide in the process. As the yeast feeds on the sugar, it produces carbon dioxide with no direction to go to, besides upwards. The gas slowly fills the balloon, which would make the bread rise. And once the bread has baked, this is what gives the loaf its airy texture. To add on, as the challah dough is mixed and kneaded, millions of air bubbles are trapped and dispersed throughout it. At the same time, the yeast in the dough metabolizes the starches and sugars in the flour, turning them into alcohol and carbon dioxide gas. This inflates the network of air bubbles, causing the bread to rise. During rising, the yeast divides and multiplies, producing more carbon dioxide. As long as there is ample air and food, more well known as carbohydrates, in the dough, the yeast will multiply until its activity is stopped by the oven's heat. To give a little context of what I'm doing right now, I am taking out the challah dough from its bowl after it started rising, and now I'm going to be separating it into 6 pieces, then I could start braiding it. Now it's time for the braiding of the challah. Now what I'm going to do is use egg wash to wash over the challah, and then I'm going to put on one of the challah's bagel seasoning. Thank you for listening to my challah recipe.